The morning air was crisp, the kind of Saturday where the sun glints off chrome and every polished surface begs for admiration. James Carter, 47, stood in his driveway, microfiber cloth in hand, coaxing a mirror-like shine from his 1987 Porsche 911. To him, the silver classic wasn't just a carrot, was a testament to 20 years of grinding work, a reward for sacrifices no one else saw. The neighborhood, a quiet slice of middle-class America, used to hum with friendly waves and small talk. That was before the Harrisons arrived. Lillian Harrison, 52, swept into the Homeowners Association presidency like a storm, her new money swagger cloaked in a veneer of old money charm. Her 16-year-old son, Ethan, was her mirror image, spoiled, brash, and armed with a red Mercedes G-Class his mother gifted him for his birthday. With 30,000 social media followers, Ethan's life was a curated spectacle of privilege, and he wielded his online clout like a weapon. From the moment they moved in, James sensed trouble. Lillian's calculating gaze sized up the neighborhood as if it were her personal fiefdom, and Ethan strutted with the confidence of someone who'd never heard no. It started innocently enough. James was waxing his Porsche when Ethan sauntered over, phone already recording. "Yo, Mr. Carter, that car's fire," he said, his tone dripping with entitlement. "I need it for a shoot this weekend. My followers will lose it." James paused, meeting the kid's eyes. "Sorry, Ethan. It's not for loan." Ethan laughed, as if James had misheard. "Come on, just a few hours. It's for content." James's voice stayed calm but firm. "No." The word hung in the air, alien to Ethan's world. His smirk faltered, replaced by disbelief. "You're joking, right? You barely drive it." Before James could respond, Lillian materialized, her smile as practiced as a politician's. "James, Ethan's being polite. Surely you can be a good neighbor." Her voice was syrupy, but the subtext was clear: comply or else. James's jaw tightened. "It's my property, Mrs. Harrison." "The answer's no." Lillian's smile twitched, revealing a flash of something colder. Ethan glanced between them, stunned that someone dared defy his mother's authority. The encounter ended, but James knew it was only the opening salvo. The next day, Ethan tried a new tactic. He approached James in the driveway, waving a stack of cash. $500 to borrow it for prom pics, he offered, as if money could bend reality. James didn't look up from checking his tire pressure. "Ethan, I've said no." The kid's voice sharpened. "1,000 then. That's more than that old thing's worth." James straightened, his gaze steady. "It's not for sale. Stop asking." Ethan's face flushed crimson, his entitlement cracking. "You're being ridiculous. That car's wasted on you." That evening, Lillian escalated. She called an emergency HOA meeting, her corporate polish on full display as she stood before a room of uneasy neighbors. "We need to discuss community vehicle standards," she declared, unveiling charts about property values and aesthetic cohesion. Every eye turned to James. Her target was clear: his Porsche. "Are you saying I can't park my registered car in my driveway?" James asked, his voice cutting through the tension. Lillian's smile didn't waver. "I'm saying appearances matter, James." The meeting dragged on, her graphs and jargon drowning out dissent. A rule banning vehicles over 30 years old passed by a slim margin. Lillian locked eyes with James as she announced, 7 days to comply. Ethan was in James's driveway the next morning, practically vibrating with glee. "Tick-tock, Mr. Carter. That car's gotta go. Why not let me use it first?" James continued washing his Porsche, unruffled. "I'm not moving it, Ethan." The kid's voice pitched higher. The HOA voted. "You have to." James turned off the hose, facing him. "It's not for sale, and it's not moving." Ethan stormed off, muttering threats, but his bravado couldn't mask his frustration. Lillian's next move was predictable. She began working neighbors behind closed doors, spinning tales of declining property values. Meanwhile, Ethan's harassment intensified. He'd bring friends to jeer at the stubborn old guy, posting videos mocking James as a boomer hoarding a cool car. His social media rants painted James as a selfish recluse, and the kid reveled in the likes and comments. But he was also building a digital trail one James quietly documented. Every taunt, every visit, every threat was noted, old instincts from James's professional life kicking in. The breaking point came on a Thursday. James returned from a grocery run to find security footage of Ethan testing his garage door handle, glancing nervously around. When confronted, Ethan scoffed. "I was just looking." "God, you're paranoid." James's voice was ice. "Stay off my property." Ethan laughed bitterly. "Or what? You'll call the HOA?" "Oh wait, that's my mom." Lillian, meanwhile, was digging into James's background, asking neighbors about his job, his routines. "There's something off about him," she told one resident. Too calm, too prepared. She was closer to the truth than she knew, but her arrogance blinded her. Ethan's final demand came on a Friday evening. He stormed across the street, face red with rage. "Last chance, old man. Sell me that car, or I'll make your life hell." James studied the trembling teenager, almost pitying him. "Ethan, you're 16. You have no idea what hell looks like." The kid's eyes narrowed. "Try me. My mom owns this neighborhood." James stepped closer, voice low. "We'll see about that." For a moment, Ethan flinched, but his bravado returned as he shouted threats, retreating to his house. The 7-day deadline loomed, and Ethan grew reckless. James caught him watching from his bedroom window, obsessing over the Porsche. Lillian's reassurances, "Don't worry, sweetie. Mama has plans," hinted at escalation. On day 6, they struck. Ethan marched over, phone out, voice cracking with fury. "I'm done playing, Mr. Carter. I want that Porsche." James looked up from his tires, calm as ever. "You can't always get what you want, Ethan." The kid's face twisted. "Yes, I can. I'm Ethan Harrison. My mom runs this place." James's reply was steel. "She runs the HOA. She doesn't run me." Lillian appeared, clutching official-looking papers. "Your 7 days are up, James. Move the car, or we'll tow it." James stood, brushing off his hands. "I'm not moving anything." Her smile was a blade. "Then you're in violation." James met her gaze. "Try it." Ethan, emboldened, stepped closer. "Give me the keys, or I'll call the cops and say you stole it." The threat landed like a grenade. His voice dropped, but the neighbors watching heard every word. "A guy like you with a fancy car? Who's gonna believe you bought it?" The racist implication was unmistakable. Lillian nodded approvingly. "Ethan makes a good point, James. Be reasonable." James's voice was a warning they ignored. "You're about to make a serious mistake." Ethan laughed, high on his perceived victory. "What mistake? Calling 911 on a suspicious guy?" James gave them one last chance. "I'm warning you. False accusations have consequences." Lillian's eyes flashed. "Are you threatening us?" James shook his head. "I'm warning you." Ethan, vibrating with excitement, declared, "Fine. Tomorrow, I'm calling 911. I'll tell them exactly what I think about you." Lillian nodded. "If you won't be reasonable, the authorities will decide." James's reply was chillingly calm. "Please do. I look forward to it." That night, Ethan posted to his 30,000 followers, "Tomorrow, I'm calling the cops on the neighborhood creep. This fake Porsche owner is going down." The post exploded, his audience hyped for drama. Saturday dawned gray, the tension palpable. By 9 a.m., Ethan was live streaming, phone in hand, 2,000 viewers and counting. "Guys, this is it. I'm exposing this fake," he announced, marching to James's driveway. James was washing his Porsche, unruffled. Ethan shouted, "Where's your proof of ownership, thief?" James replied evenly, "Lower your voice, Ethan." The kid's eyes were wild. "I'll scream if I want. You stole that car. No way you can afford it." The accusation, laced with racial venom, echoed across the street. Neighbors emerged, drawn by the commotion. Ethan dialed 911, voice breathless. "I need police. There's a man who stole a Porsche, and he's threatening me." The dispatcher asked for evidence. Ethan's reply was damning. "Look at him. Does he look like he can afford a Porsche?" James spoke clearly for the dispatcher. "Ethan, you're live streaming a false police report." But Ethan was too far gone. "It's not false. Everyone knows you stole it." 2 patrol cars arrived, sirens slicing the quiet. Ethan's stream hit 6,000 viewers. "See, the cops are here," he crowed. Officer Ramirez approached. "We have a dispute about a stolen vehicle." Ethan pointed at James. "He stole it. It's obvious." Ramirez's expression stayed neutral. "What's your evidence?" Ethan faltered. "Just look at the situation." Ramirez turned to James. "We need IDs." Ethan narrated to his audience. He can't produce real papers. James handed over his driver's license. Ramirez's eyes flicked to his partner. Then he radioed dispatch. When he returned, his tone shifted. Sir, we need to verify something else. Ethan smirked, oblivious. James reached into his wallet, pulling out a leather badge holder. Ramirez's eyes widened. Chief Carter. The words detonated. All four officers snapped to attention, their respect unmistakable. Ethan's stream went silent, his jaw slack. 8,000 viewers watched as his world collapsed. This you're lying, he stammered. James's voice was steel. Officers, this young man just accused a police chief of theft based on racist assumptions. Ethan's face drained of color. Ramirez reached for handcuffs. Sir, what would you like us to do? The stream, now at 8,000 viewers, captured Ethan's arrest, false reporting, racial harassment, the works. The internet erupted, the video hitting 2 million views in hours. Ethan's follower count crashed to 10,000. His empire reduced to memes and mockery. Lillian faced charges too. HOA fund misuse, harassment, conspiracy. Neighbors, freed from her tyranny, shared stories of her abuse, threatening letters, financial intimidation, coerced votes. 6 months later, the neighborhood bloomed anew. Lillian, buried in legal fees and ostracism, sold her house and fled. The new HOA was transparent, her rules scrapped. James's Porsche gleamed in his driveway, a symbol of defiance. Ethan, to everyone's shock, changed. During community service, he apologized to James, his arrogance replaced by humility. I assumed I deserved your car because I wanted it, he admitted. I was wrong. His social media now shared anti-bullying messages, earning 15,000 genuine followers. At a community barbecue, James stood by his Porsche, addressing neighbors. This car isn't just metal. It's the right to earn what's yours and stand up to bullies. The applause was thunderous. Ethan's viral meltdown, now at 15 million views, became a cautionary tale about privilege and accountability. He spoke to youth groups, owning his mistakes. The neighborhood, once a battlefield, was home again. But the question lingered, would Ethan's redemption last, or was he just playing a new role? One thing was certain: never call 911 on a police chief because you want his car.